so excited to be your host for the new 2021 season. We've got an incredible lineup of amazing young talent for you and are excited to be on Twitch for the first time tonight for this special show. So thank you all for joining. Music Forward is a national nonprofit that connects young people from our communities directly to the music industry to transform young lives, inspire careers, and champion a more inclusive industry. Open Mic Fridays is a performance showcase where young artists showcase their talent, gain exposure, and get live feedback directly from industry experts with successful careers in music. From tonight's lineup, we'll be inviting back two special performers for our finals showcase in May. One will be the artist with the most fans in the audience, so be sure to vote in our poll taking place at the end of today's open mic on Music Forward's IG page. That's where we're having the poll. The other will be the industry pros top pick. So we'll be announcing these artists on Music Forward's Instagram page on Tuesday. So be sure to follow us there. Before we get started with the performances from our amazing young talent, let's meet our industry guests. Industry guests, please turn on your cameras. Our first wonderful guest, hi, is Kay. Kay Sotomayor is a multi-platinum writer and artist from Chile. She started writing music back in New York City, where it found her throughout an incredible group of people. Ever since, she has been blessed to share rooms with some of the best in the craft. Among the list are David Guetta, Sofia Reyes, Kat Dahlia, Gina Andrews, Kaiser, and many more. Kay is a strong advocate for women in this industry by helping them share their voices and find their own uniqueness. Thanks for joining us, Kay. Our second industry guest is Gordon Dillard. Gordon is a talented artist manager and entrepreneur with extensive experience at major record labels, television networks, and developing careers of emerging music artists, producers, and talent. 13 platinum plaques and 3 Grammy nominations later, he joined forces with Sal & Co, where he co-manages Doja Cat, Aaron Ray, Dreezy, Gallant, Van Jess, and more. Currently, he co-founded Lost and Found LLC, where he plans to continue building artists and growing opportunities for creatives, and so much more. Thank you both so much for being here with us tonight. We're so excited. Kay, I want to ask you.
What's up, everybody?
What's up? Kay, you work with David Guetta. I got to ask, what was it like writing songs with him?
I actually had sessions with him and Sophia at the same time. So it was like together. It was a great experience. He's one of the legends. He knows what he's doing. It's always so nice when you get into a room and everyone knows so well what they're doing. You learn so much from them too. So it was, of course, a great experience. Working with Sophia, it's also one of the things that I love. Like, she's one of the people that I've worked multiple times with. So it feels very home-like, you know? So it was nice.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much. Gordon, I'm going to ask you some questions later, okay? But right now, you guys can both turn off your cameras because we're going to start the show. So thank you. First, though, I do want to remind you that the chat is open tonight. So make sure you've signed into your Twitch account so you're able to chat with us. And let's keep the chat 100% positive, showing love and support for all the artists that are here to perform for you tonight. Coming to the virtual stage, we have our first performer. Woo! All right. Samara Cyn from Phoenix, Arizona. Please turn on your camera. Hey.
Hi. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing pretty well. Feeling the vibe tonight.
Yes, you're looking great. I love the lights on your microphone cord.
I had a little pizzazz on my feng shui over here.
Let me tell the people about you. Samara Cyn is a young artist from Tennessee, currently based in Phoenix, Arizona. She just released her new EP titled Volume 1, Tape 2. So tell me, Samara, how long have you been writing?
I've been writing poetry since grade school, but writing full songs and music, I actually started at the beginning of 2019. So it's been a couple years for me.
Beautiful. And what's the inspiration behind the song for tonight that we're about to hear?
Okay, so this is called Kodak Baby. Like you said, it's from my latest EP called Volume 1, Tape 2. And the inspiration is really just feeling a vibe with somebody. You know, maybe you meet somebody at the club, or I'm a lounge type person myself, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you just see somebody and you want to kick it with them and feel the vibe with them. So that's what it's about.
Beautiful. I can't wait. All right, take it away, Samara.
All right. Vibe with me now, y'all. Yo, look, say Kodak, baby, this the vibe. And we both here, baby, this the sign. Picture perfect, baby, let me catch the moment. I could freak it if you tell me how you want it. Kodak, Kodak, baby, this the vibe. Looks so good, I can take it down my sight. Body like a goddess, tell the brother I'm divine. Let me catch the angle, baby, let me catch you right. Say back pocket flooded with honeys, I'm in the night zone. Throwback, baby, body moving like a cyclone. Want the digits from me, so I put them in his iPhone. Haters checking for me, so I took the brother right home. Cross down, baby, you can get it. I got it, but he gave me a little, so I can spend it with the business. Don't do well with the partners, cause I don't split it. Or the flashy and the fashion, the teas and fancy dinners, just a sinner. So just sit back, baby, this a vibe. Heard about you when they say I'm on my mind. And I ain't chasing for no title, got no time. Asking for you, I'm just asking for tonight. Kodak, Kodak, baby, this a vibe. Yeah, we both here, baby, this the sign. Picture perfect, baby, let me catch the moment. I could freak it if you tell me how you want it. Kodak, Kodak. Say snap that, snap that. Hey, say picture perfect, baby, let me catch the moment. I could paint it exactly just how you want it. Say yeah. It's a vibe. Hey, turn up with me real quick, y'all. Look, say kick back, relax, don't be scared of the flash. Turn up, roll out, put your foot on the gas. Always snapping pictures, check the frame on his cut. I can let you take them home, but you can add to this stash. Say one, well then he's breaking the red. Won't make it better than last. Only time you ever catch a girl concerned with the past. Baby, you snapping, no camping, don't let the camera view pass. Kodak, baby, I'm the vibe. Looks so good, I can take it down on sight. Body like a goddess, tell the brother I'm divine. Let me catch the angle, baby, let me catch you right. Kodak, Kodak, baby, this the vibe. That we both here, baby, this the sign. Picture perfect, baby, let me catch the moment. I could freak it if you tell me how you want it. Let me catch it. Let me catch it. Let me catch it. It's a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe. All right, y'all. That was Kodak, baby, everybody.
Yeah. That's a vibe. That's a vibe.
Yes, ma'am.
We were rocking with you. Oh, I love it. I love your voice. It doesn't matter what I think, though. Let's welcome back our industry guests. Please, Kay and Jordan and Gordon, please come back onto the screen. Here we go.
Bye.
Yeah. What do you think, Kay?
Hi, Samara. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. My pleasure.
My pleasure. You said something really interesting very in the beginning of introducing yourself, saying that you started writing poetry, which I think that is such a, I don't want to say just a plus, but like that's something that I myself started doing at the beginning too. And it's such a different thing, but I feel like you can tell by the way you write that you know your words. And I feel like that's definitely something that, you know, keep exploring that. And because your writing do you write everything yourself?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Your writing is really good. Like for you saying that you started writing music recently and everything, even the structure of your song, I think it's very good. Like you're definitely in like really great direction. And I don't know if like G agrees with me at all, but I feel like there's a little bit of Doja in the tint of your voice, which, you know, I feel like there's a little bit of a vibe there. I don't know if she's one of your inspirations or anything like that, but I do feel like a little tint in your voice, which, you know, it's pleasant.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Very rare. So yeah, beautiful. I loved it. I loved your song. I loved your performance. So
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback.
How long have you been doing music for?
So just 2 years now. I wrote my first song in January 2019, and by the end of 2019, I was performing hip hop music festival out here in Phoenix and things like that. So, throughout the year, it progressed pretty quickly. I fell in love with it pretty quickly. So yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely tell you write poetry, and I agree with Kay 1,000%. I think for 2 years you're on to a great great start, and just so you know ahead of time, music careers, they develop over a lot of years, so you just got to stay consistent with it and keep going. But I think you're on a great path.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. If you came to support Samara, be sure to stick around to the end and vote for her in our fan poll. Thanks, Samara. You can turn your camera off.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
Bye. So, G, I want to ask you, we were talking about Doja Cat. What's what is one of the favorite things you love about her?
Just her personality. I mean, she's one of the sweetest people I know. She's a good person. She has a great heart, and she cares about everybody in her life and her fans. She really does care about her fans. She does every single thing for her fans. So, that's probably the most important thing, and one thing I enjoy about her most.
Nice. And Kay, what do you feel are a few key elements that go into writing a timeless song?
Truth, mainly. I feel the most important thing, it's, find your truth, find the truth of the people in the room with you, try to connect through that truth. And that's the biggest connection you can have. And music, I feel, is such a healing tool at the end of the day. And I think when you write something that comes from real experiences, like real emotions, things that collectively we all feel or experience, one way or another, I feel like that really makes something really timeless and something really legendary when you can relate through the years. You know what I mean? You write about things that are forever relatable.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys. You can both turn your cameras off now. We're going to welcome our next artist back to the stage, or to the stage, I should say. Coming up right now is Ridg Downs from Los Angeles. Ridg Downs is a singer-songwriter and performer in Los Angeles, but hails from Iowa. He writes and performs pop music while chasing his dream and keeping his Midwest morals close to his heart. Welcome, Ridg. Come on up, Ridg.
Hey, Maya, how are you?
Hey. Good. How are you doing right now?
I'm doing great. It's a Friday night, exciting stuff. Not much to do. I'm here in Los Angeles. We're still on lockdown from the pandemic, but, making the best of it here with you all. Yeah, so I'm excited.
That's it. What better time to write songs and play music online, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Can you tell me, how does growing up in Iowa influence your music?
Well, I think that's a big thing as to what I bring into my music. You talked a little bit about the Midwest morals, and I think what that really means to me is a sense of groundedness and genuinity, and the family aspect to me is super big. My family is very supportive of me, and that's something that I, really try to bring into my music and be honest and truthful with my fans. Beautiful. Okay, can you tell us a bit about the song we're about to hear? Yeah, for sure. So this song I'm playing tonight is called Back Into the Fire. It's off of my sophomore EP. And these EPs kind of take a pretty direct storyline through my first post-breakup. And so at this point in the storyline is when I am, realizing that I'm ready to get back into the dating world, the fire of the dating world. So this is where this song comes from. Beautiful. Ridg, take it away. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Pick me up, 2 a.m. Feeling your eyes all over me. My heart just skipped a beat. Innocence, let's pretend you and me never met before. That's something I ignore. Eyes just barely meet, hand just barely touching. Bodies start their buzzing. Crawling under your sheets, kiss this with sudden passion. What the hell is happening? No feelings as I'm stepping right back into the fire. Oh yeah. Misleading, enjoying every second burned by desire. Oh yeah. Broke my rules, didn't think it through. Maybe that's why I'm not a mess, only a bit obsessed. 3 weeks more, running out the door. Cause I got a text that said to round to me and you. I can barely breathe, losing all my judgment, like I can't even function. Brain screaming, leave, leave, leave. Heart is so reluctant, I'm lost in your seduction. No feelings as I'm stepping right back into the fire. Oh yeah. Misleading, enjoying every second burned by desire. Oh yeah. Maybe that's why I want something. Maybe that's why what it was has been. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why we had to end. Maybe that's why we're only friends. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. No feelings as I'm stepping right back into the fire. Oh yeah. Misleading, enjoying every second burned by desire. Oh yeah. Right back into the fire.
Yes.
Fire. Thank you so much.
Ooh, I really need some sound effect buttons here.
I know, right?
Wonderful. Thank you, Ridg. All right, let's get our industry guests back on. Gordon and Kay.
We are.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Kay. Nice to meet you, Gordon.
G, you want to go first? What'd you think?
I thought it was dope. I think you know that style of music is, you know, I'm more in the urban space and but I definitely enjoy, you know, more of a pop sound and I think you have a great voice. I think you got a great look too as well, man.
Thank you.
How long have you been doing music for?
Basically my whole life, but I've been writing music for 6 years now. So yeah.
What's your favorite? What's your preference? Do you enjoy making music, or you do like for yourself, or you enjoy writing music for others?
Well, I like making music. Just period. I grew up in the theater world, so I had a lot of, you know, people writing music and plays and whatnot for me, and so then to kind of take that different step and write it for myself was interesting and cool to do.
No, I really enjoyed the record, man. I would love to hear some more of your stuff too.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
For sure.
And Kay, what are your thoughts?
I enjoyed it too a lot. I also agree you have a great voice. I think that that's something that's definitely carrying your song and yourself. Also, I do agree your style is really dope. I feel like I would like to know more of what's behind those lyrics when I see you perform. Maybe even getting to that like theater background that you have, because if you have it in you, I feel like, you know, like, I don't know if it transports you back to the moment that you lived this, you know, breakup or everything that you were writing about. When you sing it, it would be nice to be carried away with you with that. So maybe just like get really into what you wrote it about, because your voice, it's already incredible. I think that if there's one tip that I would kind of like share with you, it's just trust that your voice is there. You know, when you're a dancer and they tell you like, your body already knows what to do. It's already trained. So now just find your emotion, find the root of where that song is coming from. And I think it's going to make your performance even better, but it was awesome.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, it's great advice. Thank you both. Okay, if you came to support Ridg, be sure to stick around to the end and vote for him in our fan poll. Okay, Ridg, you can turn your camera off now. Thank you.
Bye, y'all.
Gordon, what are some qualities you look for in an artist when considering managing them?
For me, you know, the biggest thing is work ethic, because you know, if artists don't have work ethic, they can't expect a manager to do all of the work. We don't do all the work. It's a 50-50 relationship, you know? So for artists, that's the first quality I look for is what you've been able to do by yourself and what you've been able to achieve on your own. Obviously then the talent and music, but to a certain degree that all depends on the person. Like my ears may be very different from somebody else's ears, but for me specifically, it's, you know, a music that I enjoy and jam into. And then their willingness to do the work at the end of the day, you know, because the artists have another arrangement of jobs that they have to complete that we can't do. They have to stay in contact with other artists. They got to build on their own. They got to engage with their fans. They have to do a lot of those things to make the whole thing go full circle. So those are some immediate qualities I look for artists, you know.
Great. Thank you. I hope all the artists are taking notes. All right. Thank you both. You can turn your cameras off and we will, why did I go mute? I shouldn't do that. Okay. And we are going to welcome our next artist to Open Mic Fridays. Please welcome to the stage, all the way from Philadelphia, Emahni. Emahni. I'm really having a lot of fun here. Emahni, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on? I'm doing good. I'm so honored to be here. I'm so grateful through cyberspace. I get a chance to do my thing. So
yes, I know. It's so wonderful technology. Emahni I'm going to tell everybody about you. Emahni is a 22-year-old singer, songwriter, musician, and dancer based in Philly. Her aesthetic is dark R&B, and every song she writes comes from the heart. Through her struggles in relationships, abandonment from her parents, battles with depression, and low self-esteem, music has become who she is. So, Emahni, tell me how music has served you.
I always say that music is a consistent ally because, you know, like you said, I've been through a lot of stuff and, you know, I battle depression and anxiety, and it's really just a blessing to be able to put my feelings on the paper and then, you know, get into the studio and create something beautiful, like turn something tragic into something beautiful.
Yeah, and music is so healing, and it's always been a cathartic experience for me as well. Yes, I love it. All right, Emahni, please take it away.
Well, thank you so much. I have a single called I Kept Coming Back, and I hope you enjoy. I kept coming back, you know I wait for you. I am a fool for your love, but when we make love, it's my everyday drug. I just don't wanna forget it, 'cause I know I hurt you, boy, and I regret it. Baby, you got me so addicted, my pain is restricted to you. My utter devotion come true, a nightmare I forced myself to try and understand. I feel so ashamed, I'm not gonna waste my time playing the blame game. So consumed in confusion, I know there's no resolution but to separate. All in all, I hope that you're straight. You know I'll wait for you, 'cause I love you. I kept coming back, you know I'll wait for you. I am a fool for your love, but when we make love, it's my everyday drug. I just don't wanna forget it, 'cause I know I hurt you, boy, and I regret it. The way you caress me, inside my body you finesse me, gripping onto the sheets, screaming your name, me moaning so loud. I ain't too proud to say it. Never had to wonder just where you kept the thunder inside of me. I'd hold on so tightly to every kiss, a reoccurring climax. I could never resist. but you know I wait for you. I kept coming back to you. I kept coming back, you know I wait for you. I am a fool for your love, but when we make love, it's my everyday drug. I just don't wanna forget it, 'cause I know I hurt you, boy, and I regret it. You moved on and I'm trying to be strong, and if missing you is wrong, 'cause I remember the way you made me feel that day. You opened my heart and tore it apart. You held it together somehow, some way. I thought we were meant to be forever, trying to love one another. But you know I'll wait for you. I kept coming back to you, even though I'm broken. You know I love you. You know I'll wait for you. I kept coming back to you. You know I'll wait for you. I kept coming back to you. You know I'll wait for you. I kept coming back to you. You know I'll wait for you. I kept coming back to you.
Yes. Emahni,
Thank you.
how are you feeling? How are you feeling?
I feel great. I am in love with that song. I wrote it. I love performing that song. I love it so much.
You can tell that you love it. I want to remind everybody to subscribe to our Twitch channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and you have to log in to Twitch to be able to use the chat feature. So keep those messages coming along. Let's welcome back our industry guests, Kay and Gordon Dillard. Hey.
Hi.
Kay, what are your thoughts?
Hi, Manny. Nice to meet you.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Y tú? Your
Estoy
name?
bien. ¿Hablas español, de verdad?
Sí, por supuesto.
Bueno.
Entonces, vamos.
I was going to say, just to begin with, I think your name is a great artist name. So that's just one thing, just to get it out there. You know, sometimes we don't pay attention to this.
You know what's funny is Emahni's. You know what's funny is Emahni's actually my middle name, and like because of like trademark and stuff like that, I changed the spelling around. So that's kind of where the name came from. Yeah.
Well, I love it to begin with, like just to get it out of there. Also, R&B is the love of my life. So
you understand.
It's my vibe. So
yeah, dark R&B for sure is my aesthetic.
Absolutely. I am 100% an R&B type of girl. So I really enjoy the emotion in your song. I was going to ask you, are you doing sessions with other people too, or are you writing mainly for yourself?
I write mainly for myself. I have written songs for other people, but I mainly write for me. But I'm definitely open to collaborating with other artists and writing for other artists, for sure.
I think that that's something that if you're willing to would really take you to so many different places, especially because I can tell that you're very comfortable with your vocals on like your range, but I really believe that it's going to push you working with other people to explore the ranges of your voice, especially for an R&B singer. And I can hear it because I've been a vocal coach many years. I can hear that you have a range that you could.
Hay muchas. Eso, tú no entiendes qué eso significa para mí. Soy muy emocionada cuando te dices cosas como así, porque soy trabajadora con este carrera, así que.
Es una carrera larga, pero es una carrera linda. So listen, just open your heart to collab with other people, because I feel like that's where you're at. You
Absolutely.
know?
I would love to collaborate with other artists. I'm always open to collaboration, so for sure.
I think it's gonna really, change the game for you,
Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Keep going. Keep doing you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, feeling the love in here. Mi amor.
I'm a lover.
Okay, G, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the track itself, I love the melodies on the record.
Thank you.
The melodies I thought, were really good. And from my perspective, I'd love to hear that record with like some production on it. because you can't really get the true feel of it with the acapella sense, but I'd love to hear it with some production on it. But your melody is great. I did feel like the hook could be a stronger, you know, and I think that'll come along with as you continue to develop your writing ability. But yeah, definitely enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, practice always, you know, I mean, the longer that you do something, the longer that you work on your art, the better you get, right?
Yeah,
so, love
absolutely.
it. Great feedback from our judges. So if you want to support Emahni, be sure to stick around until the end and vote for her in our IG Stories fan poll. So you're going to have to go onto Instagram and follow us at HOB Music Forward if you haven't already, of course. And our fan poll will be in the stories tonight when this is all finished. Thanks, Emahni. You can turn off your camera now.
Thank you so much.
We got so much, there's so much young talent, isn't there, out there? It's just so wonderful to see. Kay, are there any unspoken rules when it comes to collaborating with artists/songwriters?
I think honestly, music makes kind of its own vibe and its own rules when you're in a room. But things that I do feel are important to me is just go into a room and, you know, respect each other's talents. You know that respect is such a big deal when it comes to creating together and making something great, because it goes unspoken, but when you feel that you are respected, that your art is being respected and you're giving that too, you're going to create stronger connections. And at the end of the day, you're going to create a stronger record and a stronger song. So I definitely feel that's important, and respect each other's times. I feel like that's such a big thing in our industry, you know what I mean? And it's just like, just be honest with each other, you know, be honest about your time, the timeline that you have for the day, and try to be there on time. Sometimes it's like a little bit in the music industry with time, you know, I'm guilty of it too, but respect each other, you know, respect each other art, respect each other time. It's one of the things that work for me, so.
It's a very good rule for sure. And how about on the management side, any unspoken rules that, you know, that are just kind of, you just is an understanding of between artist and manager?
Yeah, it's the same thing. I think it's respect, you know, respect each other's work. I think that's very important between manager and artists, because you are like, again, the artist is trusting me with their career, and I'm trusting the artist with my time and my effort and my work and my resources. And it's, you know, there has to be a mutual understanding there. And it's super important, but that's with any relationship, honestly. Like, you know, if a friendship, things like that, there's, you know, you have expectations for a person, and you want to see those things through. So I always say, you know, that as long as you, again, like Kay said, as long as you're very respectful of each other and respectful of what each other does, you know, that relationship should blossom and things should go well, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
So respect. I think we both nailed that down. It's respect is unsaid.
RESPECT.
Yeah.
Aretha said it best. All right, you guys can turn your cameras off. Don't go anywhere, because we have another amazing performer for you right now. Oh my gosh. Dupree, all the way from Chicago. Dupree, welcome to Open Mic Fridays.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Looking good, looking great.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Dupree, I'm going to tell people about you. Dupree is a singer, actor, dancer, and model from the Chicagoland area. He recently has decided to postpone his acting career to further focus on his music. But, you know, you never know with those two things, Dupree.
Yeah, they always mix.
They intersect quite a lot.
It's very
Not
true.
having any music out at the moment, right?
Right.
He is passionate about releasing and telling authentic stories that have an authentic sound, which is wonderful. His musical inspirations are Aaliyah, Sade, Stevie Wonder, Usher, and somebody that I'm learning about right now, Brent Faiyaz.
There you go.
Faiyaz, there we go. I gotta Google, and so much more. But Dupree said, "I'll be happy when I find out Brent's music." So I love your influences. You got a lot of old school in there.
Yes.
How old are you, Dupree?
I just turned 21 late last month. So I grew up listening to my mother and father's favorite songs. So of course, those became a lot of my favorite songs and a lot of my inspirations.
That's beautiful. So, so when you go to sit to write a song, are you writing from personal experience?
A lot of times I am, but a lot of times I have conversations with friends and family members who are going through something, and it really just inspires me to just write something down and write a song out from their experience. But a lot of times it is, you know, through my experience too. And sometimes I'll see like a spider and I'll get inspired to write something. It's weird, my writing process.
I love that. That's wonderful. Super creative. Yes, that's the best. That's awesome. So can you introduce what this next song is about?
So this song, I wrote it a couple months ago. It's called Bougie Little Thing. And I want to tell you more about it after I sing it.
Okay.
But I just want everybody to enjoy it. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. I'm ready.
I love the title already. All right, Dupree, the stage is yours.
All right, thank you. Another night, another heat. I live in baby head free. Baby boy, don't be no tease, ain't no rush, no, you feeling me. I got what you want, got what you need, supply and demand, love, can't you see? That if we take it there, I know you won't leave. If we take it there, I know you gon' stay with me. If we take it there, it won't be no fantasy. If we take it there, giving you reality. You can be my bougie little thing, baby. And I can be your humble king, baby. No, you ain't gotta worry about a thing, baby. Cause I'm giving you the best of me, baby. Hey, I said now come, don't rush. Sit back, don't do too much. Speak up, don't blush. Lay your cards right, you in luck. I said now come, don't rush. Sit back, don't do too much. Speak up, don't blush. Lay your cards right, you in luck. See, your love is a 1 in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Baby, no, baby, I'm giving you the best of me, give you the best of me, I'm giving you the best of me. Cause you can be my bougie little thing, baby. And I can be your humble king, baby. No, you ain't gotta worry about a thing, baby. Cause I'm giving you the best of me, baby. I said now come. Said now come. Hey, I said now come. Hey, I said now come, baby. All right, thank you guys so much. So that song, Bougie Little Thing, is basically a lot of times when you're trying to approach a guy or a girl, in this day and age, we come on so timid and just so like, hi, I want to talk to you. But like, I feel like we should know that we're kings and queens. So like, tell them what you're about. Tell them like, if you want to be with me, this is what it is. I'm going to uplift you. You're going to uplift me. You may not be ready at moments, but let's not be ready together. So you can be my bougie little thing and I can be your humble king. It's up to you.
I love it. Yes. I love the mix, bouginess and humbleness, because we got a bit of both.
We got a little bit. Everybody does, yeah. You know. Sure. I was growing up, I was called those two things all the time. But
really,
I hated being known as a bougie person because I'm like, no, I'm really chill. But being bougie is just all about knowing your worth and knowing your energy, and being humble it just keeps you grounded, you know? That's all it is.
Yeah. Okay, I love that definition. I love this generation. You guys are just changing the world, changing definitions of things.
We're trying.
And, making the world a better place. So love it. And you're so talented. Let's welcome back our industry guests, Kay and Gordon. Hey. Gee, you want to go first this time? Give Dupree some feedback.
Dupree, what's up?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. Happy to be here.
There you go. So I asked everybody this because I like to, put everything in perspective. But how long you been doing music for?
I've been singing since about the age of 6. I started taking it seriously at 14, and writing songs since about 18, and I just turned 21.
Okay, so you wrote that yourself too?
Yeah, I write all my music, fortunately.
That's dope.
Thank you.
That's dope. So the record itself, I like the record. I think that there's work that needs to be done, but I think that the purpose of the record and the intent behind the record, and what you're saying and what you're speaking about, I think is dope. Just like Maya said, I think, it's, to me personally, I think that is, I agree with what you're saying, even when you're talking about how the approach and relationships. I think people, it's too, they complicate things, and it's just, it can be a lot easier, So I actually enjoy the content and what you're saying too. And so for, and the structure of the record, I would, if you're asking me musically, I would structure the record differently, but I would also listen to Kay because that's what she does for a living. I don't. Right. So, but again, I think, with longevity and continuing to perfect your craft, I think you have a future in doing some musical stuff for sure, man. And I appreciate you for even taking the time and even, and showcasing your talent in front of us.
Thank you for allowing me to showcase,
For sure, absolutely.
Thank you.
And Kay.
I actually agree with everything that was just said. I think that, the structure is something that I would definitely pay attention to, because you could make, especially if you're with your vocals, I feel like you could explore so many different melodies in the little sections of your song, and I feel like that would make it so pleasant to keep hearing you exploring different melodies, especially when if you're touching into anything that's more urban, or if you want to go more R&B, I feel like your voice can do both really well, or you can even make your own little mix of things. And I think that, definitely explore the structure, as G was saying. I think that's going to be really important. And I again encourage the collaborating, I think that all of us as artists in the beginning, we are so centered in our talent, which is so important. But once you explore your talent, it's so crucial to learn from others, because you're always taking something home. So I would definitely start collaborating, because it's definitely just going to expand, even with the structure thing, listening to other people do different melodies that you wouldn't think of, but you find out that fit your vocals, and then you explore that area. But I do love the concept. I do love that you have this positive message, and I do love that you clearly have a strong idea of what you want to write about. And I think that's really important when it comes to writing music, So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. But it was awesome.
Thank you so much, guys.
Some great advice for Dupree. Okay, so if you came to support Dupree, and I see a lot of people in the chat definitely supporting Dupree during that performance, be sure to stick around to the end and vote for him in our fan poll, which you can find on our IG stories at HOB Music Forward. Follow us now if you are not already. Thanks, Dupree. You can turn off your camera now. Bye.
Bye.
Wonderful advice. Gee, what's the best way an artist can find a manager, and how can they identify if someone is a good fit?
I always say, I tell everybody this in just in general in life, it's creating value, create your own value. I think people look at managers to uplift their career when essentially you should get yourself to a certain level and the right manager will come to complete what you're already doing, and I've seen it. I've been in the trenches with artists at earlier stages, and nobody's going to give you anything. A manager's not just going to come in your life and say, hey, I'm going to turn everything around for you. You got to go out and give a person reason and create value for yourself. Because that makes any value essentially creates better situations for anybody, So if I'm an artist and I want to find a great manager, I'll start doing the groundwork and I'll start making it very noticeable what I'm doing. And it would be to the point where managers will come to me. And that's what you want. You want people to come to you. You don't want to just go begging to people anytime, And then you'll know the situation's right. And at that point, you also will have it at your fingertips. You better make that decision yourself, Or there are circumstances where you run into the right person and timing is correct and it's supposed to happen. You'll know when it is. Like, you got to follow your gut instinct. Be careful. And,
I was going to ask, what are the things to look out for, in case the manager is not right for them?
Well, like one person.
To not get taken advantage of is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be like, you shouldn't, there's certain things like, you shouldn't be paying a manager for a service outside of like, if you make money, obviously they make money. But you know what I mean? Like for certain things, I've seen like this, scams where like, hey, like, pay me and I'll listen to your music, become your manager, or things like that. Like, those are all very crooked schemes and not to fall for those type of things. You don't have to pay anyone to listen to your music. And if you are doing that, you're probably getting scammed majority of the time. Unless it's like some, I don't know what these, like a showcase or something along those lines, even those are kind of a little, it depends on who's there. But for, there's just, you'll know when it's right and when it's wrong, it's hard to like put that in explanation, but there's a lot of, if you have a manager that is not on your type of time as far as your work ethic and how you want to get work done, with being reasonable, then that's probably not the right person for you, Mm-hmm. It's a very even, Kay can probably attest to this, probably having a manager, maybe what made sense for their situation, if that's the case. But yeah, it's one of those things where you'll feel the energy. You'll know if it's right. Yeah.
Kay, do you have any thoughts on this topic?
I completely agree. I feel like the feeling of that, when it's right, and not only with just management, but anybody in your team that you're surrounding yourself. Because at the end of the day, I feel like you need to feel that there is like a type of family dynamic there. You need to feel like you guys are honest with each other, that you're on the same page, that like any relationship, at the end of the day, when you have your manager, if you're an artist or a writer, or even vice versa, the manager-artist situation, it's just really, it's essential as any relationship. And you are really sharing so much of your time with this person and vice versa. So you guys really need to connect. It cannot feel like you're against your team. It has to feel like you guys are a team, and you have to feel like you're being supported, because this industry can be really harsh. And if you're going to choose to have a team, then have a team, that you feel safe and secure.
Absolutely.
And are honest. Honesty is a big key. If you can't be honest with people, you don't want yes men around you. You want people, if you ask me, do I like something? I'll tell you if I like it or I don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
When it comes to my team, absolutely.
Yeah.
And the artists I work with, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So true. And you do become family, you spend so much time together. Sometimes you see your manager more than you see your family members.
For sure. It should be that way though. Yeah. Now, and I know it's not healthy, but it should be that way. You should be that close.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to say thanks, and please turn your cameras off because it's time to see our last performer for the evening. Are you heading out, G?
Yeah, I got to head to a session, and I want to say I appreciate everybody's time. Unfortunately, I do have to run. But thank you, Maya. Thank you, Kay. Thank you for all the amazing acts that came out and and showed their talent in front of us. Definitely appreciate it and wish everybody the best. And Mel, thank you too. Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, G, for joining us. Good night. All right, I'll try to fill in for G. All right, Kay, you can turn your camera off now. Thank you. Our final performer for this evening's Open Mic Fridays is Chloe Moore, all the way from Dallas, Texas. Chloe Moore is a soulful singer, songwriter, and producer from Dallas, Texas. Since age 13, Chloe has been writing songs and performing in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Chloe, you can turn your camera on. After placing in various songwriting competitions and touring with a social media group, she's most recently been studying songwriting at Belmont University in Nashville, where she is honing in on her writing and music production skills. Welcome, Chloe. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you?
Hey, good. So nice to see you. So Nashville is arguably the songwriting capital of the world, and you're studying songwriting there. So I want to know, what's the best thing that you've learned so far?
Best thing I've
The thing that made you just go, yes.
I guess would say I really started co-writing a lot whenever I started studying at Belmont, and that was something I hadn't done a whole lot of before. And that just helps you expand your songwriting skills so much. I know some of the industry speakers were talking about co-writing tonight, and I was just like, preach, because it's so true. Just expanding and sharing your craft and creating with other creatives. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, it's definitely an art form to itself. So you're about to perform a song. Tell us all about it. What's the inspiration?
This song is called R.I.P. or Rest in Peace. I kind of wrote it about toxic relationships, and sometimes when you cut people off, they keep coming back and you're like, can you stop? And so that's what this song is kind of about. So yeah.
Nice. I love it. Take it away, Chloe.
Thank you. I'm not one to dig up graves. When I said we're done, I meant it every way. Did that not get through your brain? 'Cause you keep trying to pull me 6 feet under, take my life away. This love is history, so why you bringing up the past when I just got free from your grasp, baby, please? Why don't you mourn like a normal person and let us rest in peace? Oh, baby, rest in peace. Don't pretend like I don't know. You don't miss me, just disappointed that you lost the one who loved you the most. And I had to learn to let you go. So it's time you did decide, pick up the shovel and fill the hole. This love is history, yeah. So why you bringing up the past when I just got free from your grasp, baby, please? Why don't you mourn like a normal person and let us rest in peace? Oh, baby, rest in peace. R.I.P. to the memories. I remembered everything. I would have gave you anything. R.I.P. baby, rest in peace. You were such a friend to me, but now you're dead to me. R.I.P. to the memories. I remembered everything. I would have gave you anything. R.I.P. baby, rest in peace. 'Cause now you're dead to me. Oh, this love is history, yeah. So why you bringing up the past when I just got free from your grasp, baby?
please. Why don't you let me rest in peace?
Chloe Moore, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, fire emoji. Sing it, Chloe. I'm reading the chat. Woohoo in the chat. Lots of fans there on the Twitch chat. Chloe, oh my gosh. Now, you sound like you've been singing for a long time. How long have you been singing for?
Oh man, ever since I was singing the Little Mermaid song when I was 4 years old.
I can see that. That makes total sense. Let's bring Kay.
I remember.
Say that again?
Sorry, I just said pretty much as long as I can remember.
Yes, sorry. You know, Zoom, we're all still getting used to the cutting each other off. Okay, Kay.
Hello. Hi, Chloe.
Oh, nice.
What a way to end the show.
I know. No, that was beautiful. Your song is beautiful. Your voice is beautiful. You have a really amazing control of your voice, clearly, and of your instrument too. You feel very comfortable playing your instrument, which, you know, it's awesome because it doesn't become a distraction while anybody's watching you perform. It's just a part of you. So you can tell that you've been playing for a bit. So with your performance, honestly, it was great. It was awesome. And I loved it. Do you know what's your next goal now with your career? What are your plans?
So I've been working a lot the past few years on producing music, and kind of just recently, ever since I got my electric guitar, I've been incorporating electric guitar into the songs that I produce. And right now I just need to, I guess, network and make some connections and figure out how I can get the work that I have like mixed and mastered and out and everything. Yeah, I just want everything to be really solid whenever I do release. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Well, do you have, regarding that, do you have any questions that I could ask for you with that? Like, you know, your networking, or like, what is, you know, an EP, an album, what's smarter, what's faster, is there anything there that
I guess I had, an idea at one point to do just like singles, not necessarily even like a body of work yet, but just like while I'm just getting started, just doing singles. Like, do you think that would be a good idea?
I think that's actually a great idea, especially for, you know, we live in an era of social media in which, you know, like the more that you're constantly like, you know, posting or whatever, or doing things, like it is a thing, like your music will be heard more. And there is a great thing that I've seen a lot of people do, and I've seen a lot of teams do, that when you're starting, is that choose to have a certain EP, I don't know, 5 songs, 6 songs that you're really happy with, and you can release them as singles, but they'll still be a body of work by the time that you have them released. And I would say, you know, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks max, release 1 song. If you have visuals, release them too. And then you could do 3 singles. You can then just release the other 2 as an EP together. That's also a good way to do it. Or you can just do all one by one, depending on how you're feeling the response is going. But if one of those singles you see that is doing really well, I would leave it rolling a little longer before releasing another song, because that means that one is, you know, it deserves a little push, because for some, you know, reason it's the one that's like pulling. So, but it's definitely a really good idea to do. Like, you don't have to wait to have an entire album.
Yeah.
You know, releasing. So that, and definitely will help you network too, because you'll start getting people through the social media or everything.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, so it's a good idea.
Great advice. Wonderful. And what a way to end the show. That was so great, Chloe. Thank you. If you came to support Chloe, be sure to vote for her in our fan poll taking place right now on Music Forward's IG page. You can see the address below in the chat, or just go to Instagram and find us at HOB Music Forward. Thank you, Chloe.
Thank you so much. So honored.
So you can turn your camera off now. And I have one last question for you, Kay. what would be the one piece of advice you would give to all of our up and coming artists? One last piece.
Keep exploring. Never settle with what you know at the time. Because like sometimes we really do feel that we're at a point in which, you know, we've learned enough or we know enough, or because we've been doing it for so long. And the reality is like there's daily always something new that you can learn, especially with music. So keep exploring yourself and like live in the moment of things, because at the end of the day, when you live in the moment of the things that are going on in your life, those will help you in the future to relate in a session and to people, to everything. Because like the life experiences that you have are just definitely going to play a big role in your creativity, you know? Mm-hmm. So those two things are definitely something that I would, you know, pay attention to.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for being our wonderful industry guest tonight. And thank you to Gordon as well, who had to leave us a little bit early. Really appreciate your wisdom and advice that you gave our young artists. So thank you and good night.
Good night.
Wow, I'm really blown away and inspired by all the young talent that we saw this evening. It was an incredible night celebrating the creativity and the next generation of artists. Music Forward's spring season is in full swing, so be sure to check out the calendar of events and sign up for panels, workshops, and performances like this one tonight. If you want to find your pathway to success in the music industry, go to hobmusicforward.org. And make sure you visit us on Instagram and go to our Music Forward Instagram page on Tuesday to find out who will be back to perform in our finals showcase in May. Can't wait to see who that is. Join us in 2 weeks, February 26th, same time, same place, to see more incredible emerging talent. Once again, my name is Maya Jupiter, and it was my pleasure to host Music Forward's Open Mic Friday. Thank you so much to all the artists that performed today, our industry guests, and to you for joining us. See you in 2 weeks. Peace.